Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, y'all, I just want to say this. Hold on. I just want to say this. Hold on. Okay, y'all can't hear me. Okay, listen. I just want to say this. Today's show is going to be in rare form. I ask that you put your headphones on. I ask that you don't have me on speakerphone for your coworkers, because this is about to be a crazy live. I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time, okay? I got a lot to say. And I know there are going to be a lot of people, especially a part of the LGBTQ community, that probably won't agree with me on a lot of things. But we're here, honey, and we're going to have the real conversation, all right? Yeah, we're going to have the real conversation. We must talk, okay? There's too much going on. Let's kind of go down the line about what we got to talk about today. You see a young guy in the photograph right there. He's a music teacher and also being accused of the R word, okay, and more. And we're going to get into that. You have Laverne Cox, who doesn't know how to read the room. I don't care how much of a legend you are or what you've done for the community. Read the room, honey. We're going to talk about Cherry the Boom. She keeps on. Cherry the Boom is going to end up. We'll talk about it more. We're going to talk about, of course, President Barack Obama. And then we're going to be talking about Ming Lee as well. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me speak, and then we're going to get into it because I don't have time to wait today. What's going on, Mama Bees? What's going on, Baby Peaches? Locked Queen, Mama V, Mocha Drop. I see Terry in the house. Shout out to Mama Bees and Terry and Demi. I see Demi in the house. Good morning. Shout out to the mods. Nightbot, I see you. Good morning, baby. Ray 8405, good morning to you, love. Let's see. Mocha Drop, good morning. Felicia, good morning. And Miss Lori, good morning, ting. Okay, so listen, we're gonna go ahead and get started because, again, like I said, I can't wait for the people. Yeah, I have to warn y'all. Go grab your headphones. Because what we're talking about is it's a pretty heavy topic today. And so I do want to warn everyone. But when we talk about Cherry the Boom, there could be some slight, trigger warnings. I mean, some slight triggers there. And then when we talk about this guy in this photograph, it's really going to be probably all hell then, okay? Because I got some stuff to say. And I was over in Thais's chat yesterday, and I wanted to say so much because I was so like this type of stuff. I don't know what people are trying to gain from this, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right, what's up, Dee? Oh, and let me clarify. It wasn't nothing bad against Thais, the Thai squad, nothing like that. It was about this young man in this photograph. That's who it was about. I want to make that clear for folks to go to running with false information, right? All right. So let me pull up my IG along with my Twitter. Well, my Twitter is already pulled up. All right. Let us get it in. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, wait. I don't see it. Shoot. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with a couple of topics that aren't necessarily on the thumbnail. All right, so we unfortunately have some breaking news in regards to Malcolm Jamal Warner. They did go ahead and let us know. They've went out and done some interviews where this allegedly has supposed to taken place, as far as him being swept away from a current. There was someone else that had the same thing happen to them, but fortunately, they are in the hospital. I don't want to say unfortunately. They are in the hospital in critical condition, so we do want to keep them in prayer. But unfortunately, our favorite Malcolm Jamal Warner unfortunately did not make it, and so we just want to continue to keep prayers out. So I want to say this, right? I'm not here to say that the exes or anybody can't say anything about Malcolm Jamal Warner, because if you've had an ex that has passed away and you have something good to say about them, or you have something to say about them, you probably will. I get that piece, right? However, I don't think anyone's opinion outside of his wife or his daughter matters. And when I say that, I'm not saying that to be dismissive of anybody else. I'm just saying there's a respect level, right, when it comes to someone who passes away. And I do think that although we didn't know his wife like that, can't nobody get on this internet and say, other than her family or other than friends, can say they knew who his wife was, right? I just think it is a little distasteful, a little disrespectful when we start going up and digging up old relationships that somebody had with somebody instead of honoring what they were currently in. And again, they weren't. I just feel like it's a little disrespectful, because I can only imagine how she feeling. Like, first of all, your husband drowned, like, for real, not even in your presence, and then you got to get on the internet and deal with the internet bringing up old exes or bringing up old situations. I just think it's distasteful, and I do think it is a bit disrespectful. I really do. Like, I think it's dismissive to his current wife. I do. I think that's so dismissive, distasteful, and disrespectful. And I've been seeing it everywhere. And so I at first it just kind of needed to resonate with me, but then when I realized what people were doing, I was like, this is really disrespectful to me. So again, that's just my take on it. Y'all don't have to agree with me, but I do feel like it's disrespectful and distasteful to his current wife and to his daughter, right? So let's just continue to keep them lifted in prayer, because I can only imagine the hurt that she's going through. She wasn't there. He had went out for his own walk, run, or went to the beach by himself, and she noticed that he was gone for longer than an hour and she couldn't reach him. So then, she then called authorities or whatever. So again, I can only imagine how hard that is for her. So I do just want to say that if we can, yeah, just let's just not do that. Let's just not do that. All right, you wouldn't want nobody to do that to your legacy. So I had to say that. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get into TRUMPISHA and Barack Obama. All right. Girl, is YouTube not sending out notifications or what? We only got 37 people up here, but that's okay. 37 people or not. I'm still for the read and drag this morning. All right. So okay, let me put this text template up here. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is very interesting. And I was actually going to screen record it on my own and stuff like that, but I want you guys to take this. I feel like this orange clown ain't doing nothing but continuing to want to distract the people, deflect the people from what is actually really going on or what he should be dealing with. Hashtag Epstein files. Okay. Hashtag Epstein files. Hashtag Epstein files, girl. So let's get into this video, child. And you turn on my desktop audio. Let's go, child. And then we're going to get into Obama addressing this. Let me make sure y'all can hear it. Okay.
But I do. But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't a lot.
Tulsi Gabbard has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him, and Comey was there, and Clapper. The whole group was there. Brennan, they were all there in a room. Right here, this was the room. This is much more beautiful than it was then, but that's okay. I have nice pictures up. They came out of the vaults. They were in there for 100 years. This is much more beautiful. We have the Declaration of Independence now in the room, which wasn't here. I guess people didn't feel too good about putting it here, but I do. But
sir, do you really give a damn about the Declaration of Independence? Do you really, Orange Wig, do you really give a damn? Peach Face, do you really care about the Declaration of Independence, sir? Do you really think we think you care about the Declaration of Independence, sir? Like, do you think we think you care about the Declaration of Independence? Girl, I cannot.
you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't a lot.
Tulsi Gabbard has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice.
People all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they look. He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it. A lot.
Like, this has to be the biggest joke ever. This man is a joke. This man is a pure joke. A pure joke. How in the double dog are you coming on here talking about treason as if, sir, you are not dismantling The entire government. Are we really sitting here listening to this? Y'all know this amplifies the out of me. Are we really sitting here listening to this? And did y'all notice? Oh, he's guilty. Well, let's just not forget that you're guilty of 37 crimes yourself, bastard. Okay, let's not forget that. Let's not forget that, huh? Let's not forget that. And why? This is what I don't understand. Oh, you have had a term after Obama. What the are you talking about? You have had an entire term after Obama. Like, this can't be real. This cannot be real. And then you want to talk about a rigged election? Are you serious? I cannot with this man. I cannot with him. Like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, Obama responded, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Period, President Obama. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate. You know, let me. Why? First of all, sir, why do we give a fly hootaloo at this point? You're literally destroying our country by the second. You're literally destroying what we call America by the second. And you think we give a fly about what you think President Obama may have done when he was president? Like, are you kidding me? I can't even believe that this is even a conversation. Like, I really can't. Sir, I promise you, this is the least of your concerns. All I have for you is hashtag Epstein files. And guess what? There have been some new photos. There have been some new videos that have come out regarding these Epstein files. And SOB, that's what you should be worried about. Sick of you, bastard. I am so sick of this man. You're literally by the second destroying everything that you touch. Breathe on. I can't, y'all. I can't. Since we speaking on this, let's get on Laverne Cox, girl. He's guilty of everything, Mama B. Treason, manipulation, graping. He's guilty of everything. Like, I can't. I cannot. Like, I can't even believe that, again, you would even fix your mouth to say stuff like this, considering where we are. Like, hell, you put us here, so whatever. All right, so let's get into Laverne Cox, child. Let's get into Laverne Cox. I told y'all we on the roll today. We're on the roll today. Y'all, please make sure y'all hit that like button. Please make sure y'all hit that like button. Please hit that like button. All right, so let's get into it. First of all, okay, let's listen to it, and I'm going in on Laverne Cox. I promise you, I am. I've been sitting on this since yesterday.
Let's see if this makes you want to come to the show. So the show is called Girl, How Did I Get Here? So a lot of it is about like my life and my career, but also like, you know, I talk a lot about my most recent relationship, that was, you know, it was beautiful, it was amazing, it was awesome. But my ex-boyfriend, when we met 5 years ago at the height of the pandemic, he was 26, I was 48. He is blonde hair, blue-eyed, MAGA Republican voter who is a New York City police officer. And we were madly in love and had 3.5 great years. And then things shifted. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm talking about in my show. That relationship that I'm still processing. Let's see if this makes you want to come to the show.
Girl, let me get you all the way together. Let me get you all the way together. Shout out to Gay Magazine for this. Let me get you all the way together. How in the double dog fuck do you get on the internet and you sit up here with glee talking about some MAGA Republican that your ass was over there sleeping with? Only, first of all, let's be very clear. MAGA don't want your ass to even exist. MAGA don't like you. MAGA don't like nothing about you. Nothing about you, Laverne Cox. Ma'am, have you ever heard of the term read the damn room? Out of all of the stuff that even the trans community is going through, you would even get up here and fix your mouth to even tell us about some, ooh, girl, I almost said something. YouTube would have put me out for here. Saying something about a MAGA Republican that, like, girl, and you're sitting up in glee. Oh, yeah, you know, that relationship that I was once in. Oh, my God. Yeah, he was a... Girl, are you dumb? And for you people that keep saying she shouldn't be receiving backlash, yes, she should. It's called read the damn room. Read the room, girl. This is something that you should have took to your grave. And let's also be very clear too. You act like that man really give a shit about you because he don't. Why are we? So this is what I don't understand. We want people in our circle. Y'all are willing to date people who don't align with your political beliefs. We're talking about people who, like, what does a black woman look like? And I'm talking about a heterosexual black woman. What does a heterosexual black woman look like going to date someone that clearly cares nothing about your kind, care nothing about you being a black woman at all, care nothing about your mere existence, to be quite frank? This current administration wants y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm really speaking of the whole entire community, not just the trans community, but all the way across the board. And let me just also tell you, the trans community this right here. Stop saying that because people are getting in Laverne Cox's ass that people are transphobic. See, that really pisses me off too. Oh, y'all are transphobic. No, ain't nobody transphobic. We do know how to read the room. We do know how to spit the facts. That doesn't make you transphobic. She sounds fucking dumb. Let's be clear. She sounds stupid. Like, that man don't care about you existing. If he's literally over here going up for MAGA, going up for this man over here who literally doesn't really want you to exist in this world. Are you kidding me, man? Like, I just, this is what I mean by read the damn room. Read the room. Oh, he had blue eyes and, you know, girl, we don't care. I wouldn't give a damn if his eyes was green. Y'all, I told y'all I'm in rare form today. By the time I might get through this video, I might have to put it on because I am literally in rare form today because I can't seem to wrap my mind around the fact that you thought that this was cute to get up here and for you to be giggling and kikiing. And honestly, I wouldn't go to your show now if this is what the hell you're going to talk about. We don't give a damn. For real, for real. What people are doing is out here fighting for their own rights. You mean to tell me, girl, let me play this one more time. Y'all just look how just
So the show is called Girl, How Did I Get Here? So a lot of it is about like my life and my career. But also like, you know, I talk a lot about my most recent relationship. That was, you know, it was beautiful, it was amazing, it was awesome. But my ex-boyfriend, when we met 5 years ago at the height of the pandemic, he was 26, I was 48. He is blonde hair, blue-eyed, MAGA Republican voter who is a New York City police officer.
blonde hair and blue eyes, MAGA Republican voter. Girl, do you think like what is wrong with you? I'm sorry. Like, why in the world, in the middle of what we are currently in, why would you get up here and do this? And then y'all again, for people who are speaking on this, y'all are calling them transphobic. That is stupid. What do you call Laverne Cox then? Just pure dumb? Some things you keep to yourself. Some things you take to your grave and you shut up about. You always want validation with the coins and with the things and the things of the things, but you rather sell your damn soul out than to really be with a partner who at least aligns with your political beliefs. I refuse to be out here with anybody who does not align with my political beliefs. And actually, I'm going to keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all. I've been talking to this guy. We've been talking for quite some time. And based off of his beliefs, and I'm going to leave it there, but based off of his beliefs, it's a no for me. And I made that very clear. Based off of your beliefs, it is a no for me. And to be quite honest, I don't ever want you in my presence. Like, I cannot believe that she came down here to this internet, and you're supposed to be an activism, and you're supposed to be, you know, black trans visibility and all of these things, and this is what you choose to get on the internet and do? Laverne, let me tell you something. We don't give a flying about this man. We don't care. Don't go nowhere else saying that shit. We don't give a damn. Like, when I tell y'all, this pissed me off. This just pissed me off completely. Because guess what, Laverne Cox? I really enjoyed your interview with T.S. Madison. And then to get on the internet and do something like this, and then for everybody again to call people who disagree with this transphobic. No, let me tell you something. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for any damn thing. And I'm okay with that. Coins mean absolutely nothing when we do not align with our political damn views. That's something that's a no-brainer for me. I don't know about y'all. But for me, what the do I look like supporting someone who don't even like my kind, who don't even like me? Are you serious? I can't. Anyway, let me move on. Cause again, I told you I'm in rare form today. And I still got a little bit more to go. I'm just I can't. I cannot. Laverne, you get nothing else from me. You done piss me off for the next 6 damn months, girl. Cha. That is insane. And for anybody to go up for that, I'm side-eyeing your ass too. For anybody to go up for that, I am side-eyeing you. I do not want clowns in my presence. All right, let's go ahead and get over here into Ming Lee, because these other two stories are very, very, very serious, and I'm definitely going to be in rare form on those. Okay, so we all know about the Jackie situation. Ming Lee came down here to the internet and apologized to Jackie because she was under the impression that Jackie swung at Chantel first. Now that she sees it, she's apologizing. Ming Lee, I appreciate you for this apology, but let me say this. Ming Lee ain't the only one that owe Jackie an apology. Y'all always want Jackie to apologize to y'all. Huh? Y'all always want Jackie to apologize to y'all. Every last one of y'all that was in her and her daughter's business owe an apology. Yep, I said it. I absolutely said it. Starting with Evelyn evil ass. Starting with you, girl. Starting with you, girl. As if you've always been the best parent. You owe Jackie an apology. I'm just saying, if Ming Lee is woman enough to come out here and apologize, and I see absolutely nothing wrong with the apology. If Ming Lee can come out here and apologize, the rest of y'all owe Jackie an apology. And I said what I said, and I meant it. Because y'all will sit at a table, you'll blame everything on Jackie. You'll want Jackie to apologize. When Jackie don't apologize, she's the craziest bat, and she crazy. No, y'all need to apologize to Jackie, because y'all was absolutely wrong. Y'all took Chantel's side without hearing Jackie out, or without knowing what. And I'm not saying that Jackie is perfect. No, I'm not saying that at all. Jackie is crazy, and I like me some crazy Jackie. I ain't gonna hold you. But I do think every last one of y'all owe her an apology, because what y'all thought happened didn't happen. What you were told happened didn't happen. And I don't care how many times you make this thing a thing. Chantel should have never put her hands on Jackie at all. Period. Point blank. I don't care. And I really am sick and tired, and I block y'all asses too. I block you when I see you online saying, well, I can't believe y'all out here defending Jackie. It's not even about defending Jackie. It's the point of the matter that Chantel was wrong. Could Jackie definitely have problems with her parenting? Absolutely. She ain't the only one out here in this world either. Half of y'all that sit up and pretend like you mad at Jackie don't even talk to your damn mama. Do you want to have a conversation? Half of y'all that's out here mad about Jackie and calling Jackie out on her parenting, you don't even talk to your damn mama. Hello? Half of y'all that's out here talking about Jackie's parenting don't even got a relationship with your own mammy. Now, Moniece, let me say this to you, because you was over there talking to Jackie's other daughter. Here's what I don't understand. She was saying, ain't you the same one who wrote a book, came out, did all that, blah, 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 blah. First of all, that was years ago. Second of all, you don't know where she is mentally or anywhere in her story. You don't get to pin the map. Moniece, there's some things that you could be worried about. You don't get to pin the map for other people. You don't get to do that. Who are you? Y'all want to bring up what Jackie's other daughter did. That and why she defended her mama? That's crazy. Are you stupid? Just because she disagreed with what Chantel did don't mean she defended her mama. It also don't mean that her and her mama haven't had conversations. It don't mean any of that. I find it ridiculous that people be out here speaking like that. Moniece was talking directly to Jackie's daughter. And I'm thinking in my mind, girl, who are you? Who are you? You only see 20% of these people's life, and 10% of the 20% is made damn up. And you mean to tell me that you coming around here and you think somebody's supposed to feel some type of way about what you saying? No, girl, be quiet. Go over there and worry about little Fizzle Pop or whoever else. I don't know. Whoever else, Moniece. Girl, sometimes just be quiet. Now, see, had Jackie's daughter went in on you, then you'd have came down here crying to everybody, talking about how she disrespected you. You should mind your business. Or speak on what surface. And what surface is the fact that she called Chantel out and she said Chantel was wrong. Period. And those are the facts. Y'all really be sitting up here acting like y'all got perfect relationships with your family. You act like you got a perfect relationship with your mama. You act like you got a perfect relationship with your daddy. You act like you got a perfect relationship with your people. And you don't even speak to half of your people. Y'all better shut the... Ooh. Okay, let me move on. Yeah, I promise I am in rare form on today. I had to laugh, honey. Well, I'm in real form today. All right. Moving on. Because, girl. All right, y'all. Whew. Let's get into Cherry the Boom. In case if y'all don't know who Cherry the Boom is, she is a transgender female out here, right? And, oh, wait. Before I get to that, let's get to Messy Anthony. And I'm talking about Anthony, the one that be on the one that was on Basketball Wives, the one that was on Housewives, that Anthony, the one that had that the one that had the BBL thing. He got on Aaron's thing and said that he had a BBL. I don't know, but that security dude fine. Okay, let me show y'all this. I can't show y'all the actual full video. Girl, why that boy that went over there and got his ass knocked up? Somebody got a big ass knot on his head. Y'all see that knot on his head? Look at that big old knot on his head. Girl, because they had Now That's TV, and y'all know Now That's TV ain't nothing but a bootleg suits. They out here fighting, they out here doing all the things. But girl, look at this. Got the big old knot on your head. Listen, Anthony, I told you, you gonna keep on, and somebody gonna give you more than one knot on your head. You better get out here and be still. You're messy. These messy girls, and then you go over to a show that you know gonna bop you upside your head. But the fact that y'all in the room with women, I don't understand Now That's TV. I'm not trying to take nobody's creativity away or none of that stuff, but it is absolutely insane that y'all got men in the house with women and y'all fighting and stuff. That is weird to me. Y'all aren't going to be satisfied. Y'all are not going to be satisfied until someone gets unalived on one of these platforms. Y'all are not, I'm going to say it again, y'all are not going to be satisfied until someone gets unalived on one of these platforms. I'm going to say it again. Y'all are not going to be damn satisfied until somebody gets unalived on one of these damn platforms. Why do we have men in the house with women and women fighting on men and men fighting on women? Why are we doing that? Girl, bye. Let's get into Cherry the Boom. Now, Cherry, I don't give a fuck about you being on YouTube, on Bigo or none of that. I told you I'm in rare form this morning. Let me tell you something. I am sick of girls like you. And you know what? Cherry, you better get your together, because people that do stuff like what you did here, and I'm getting ready to explain it to everybody, what you did here, folks get unalive for stuff like this. Keep playing with these men. Y'all really gotta chill. Y'all really gotta chill. This game y'all out here trying to play is a very, very dangerous game. A very dangerous game. And you really think that a lot of these people care about going to prison, and they don't. Let's get into it. Hey, Really Big Boo. What's going on? Okay, let's get into it. So, Cherry the Boom, again, she's a transgender female, and she's well known in Atlanta. She's well known over there on the Bigo app. Everybody knows her. She's known on Instagram. She's been seen with some of these reality stars and all of that, right? So I want to get into this. So this man that you see on the screen. Wait a minute. Is this the whole? Let me see.
Down the account. Permanent
Decades.
Okay, wait a minute. Nope. Is this the original one? Yes, this is it. This is it. Okay, so she met this man, I guess, right? She met this man. This man gave her some money to fly to he basically was flying her in. Y'all better be careful. Be careful. He allegedly gave her money, $3,000 per her, right? To fly in. She needed money for the rental car. She needed money for lodging or whatever. And she also, I guess, her fee. I don't know. $3,000, right? And so let's just get into it. She says, I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna tell your wife. So the man is married, right? You playing with the right one. First of all, y'all need to know your damn place. You couldn't go tell the wife shit. Are you crazy? You couldn't tell. First of all, if this was my husband and I was the wife, I wish you would. What are you gonna come tell me? You're gonna come tell me you were sleeping with my husband? Or that my husband, what are you gonna come tell me, girl? Anyway, she says, no, this is not exposing. I don't know what it is if it ain't exposing. I am tired of the schemes and scams. Y'all boys play when y'all don't get y'all way. No, girl. Y'all stay right here, because we really about to get into it. So then she posted these text messages. So this is them on FaceTime, right? She's that's the rest of her messages. Then she says, the fact that you got mad that I went on my birthday trip instead of coming to Jersey to see you first, so you report my $3,000 deposit and sent it to fraud. Ma'am, you just told on yourself in that sentence. You said instead you chose to go on your birthday trip. That just lets you know this man ain't playing by his money. If I send you $3,000 and then you turn around and tell me you still going on your birthday trip before you come see me, that means you did not give me my services that I paid for. I don't see nothing wrong with him reporting it as fraud. But y'all, the story gets more interesting. So they closed her Navy Federal account. Why in the Cherry, why do you have this money going to a Navy Federal account? Are you stupid? Why would you not have an online bank for stuff like this, like a Chime or one of them other cards? There's no way in hell I would ever have my real account tied to something like this. Like, why? Does that even make logical sense to y'all, to have your real account tied to something like this? You over here owing. I'm gonna just call it what it is. Prostitution, whatever you're doing. And then you okay, hold on. It keeps getting more interesting. She said she had that Navy Federal account since she was 12. I have thousands of dollars in that account. I'm at the airport in Cancun with $0 to me. Let's play, Mike. So Mike is the man's name. Let's keep going. Because she decides to post the text messages, and the text messages definitely speak for themselves. So he said he's the white, she's the blue. He says, hi, I see, I watch your cornos, never thinking I would see or speak to you. So I think I'm a little in shock, and you're actually pretty nice. Okay. The response to this, you haven't bought it. He's responding to her because she's saying that she's waiting to 12 o'clock because some way that he was sending the money, it was still pending. He sent it through Zelle, and I think Zelle, I didn't know that there was a limit that you can send on Zelle, but apparently, based off of the way that she made it sound, was that Zelle was withholding some of his money that he was transferring, and she didn't necessarily get all of it up front, is what she's saying. So then he's asking, with the money that you have received, you haven't bought your ticket yet? She said, I was waiting on you when we was on the phone together. He says, oh. She says, oh, LOL. He said, I want to see you. My wife is asleep. She said, okay, baby, Mr. Freaky. And I'm gonna get on him in a minute too, because he ain't innocent in this situation. Okay, so then he sends a Hampton Inn, I guess that's not too far from his home, I guess, or whatever, or not too far from downtown. She said, okay. She says, what are you doing? He says, just chilling watching TV. She says, me too. What you watching? He says, Blind Spot on Netflix. Hold on, y'all. It gets interesting. Okay, then here, can y'all see this? Oh yeah, y'all can't see this. Okay, so then here he says, I'm seriously am texting friends. So I guess he was saying he was texting friends. And I've been watching TV. It's a little frustrating because I don't know how much is sent anymore. So he's basically saying he don't know how much is sent anymore. And I think you do have to wait until 12 o'clock. It's a limit when you send a certain amount of money and then it resets like the next day or whatever, right? So she says definitely not. So I guess she says definitely not to the $2,800. She then says, so at 12 o'clock, when your account is clear and you have a new spending limit, we will just send from there. And I think we should just do it from Apple Pay instead of Zelle, if that's okay. He then says, I honestly do not know how much I've sent because they are all pending in my account. Zelle is saying $1,520 with the payments sent and stopped. You haven't really verified if you bought a ticket or looked at a hotel. Okay, see right there, he's saying basically what I need you to do is let me know all this money, you're getting this money. I need to know based off of what you've already received if you are buying or purchasing or getting your hotel or whatever. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing with that money and you could be running off with that money. Okay. Then it gets even more interesting. He tells her, I'm looking for verification and you're not saying anything. I had a good time talking to you and now you're quiet. And I'm out of $1,500 for a FaceTime call, it feels like. So basically he's saying, I have definitely sent $1,500 and we were supposed to, get plans together for you to be flew in. Okay. He then says, I have been nothing but sincere to you and told you communication. So then she says, copy. He tells her in the text message that she responds to that he is going to report it as fraud because she didn't do what she said she was going to do with the money. Y'all, he simply put in the text messages that he was reporting it as fraud. So he warned her. So then she says, copy. She responds to that specifically and she says, copy. She left that part out, by the way. Then after that, it says, where is this coming from? I don't know where's my other phone at? I'm hearing something. Anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, so then she says, shaking my head, ew. Then she says, now that I'm up and ready to start my day, How are we doing this? Girl, you just responded with copy and shaking my head, ill, and all of that. Again, playing games like this can get you seriously hurt. Then she says, are we taking this left or are you making this right? Now, that was an eat though, sis. That was an eat. I did like that. But you still out of order. He said money came out of my account, so I don't know what the plan is. He's basically still saying, girl, I've sent you this money. You ain't sent me no airline ticket. You ain't told me if I need to pick you up from the airport. You ain't told me if I need to get you an Uber. You ain't told me none of this stuff. He's basically saying her communication is shit. So then she posts this. Now, mind you, all of this is what she's posting to her story. So she got him saved in her phone as Mike Daddy with a foot emoji. Okay. So she requested $500 from him. He sent that the $500 was processing. Then she sent another request on the phone for $520. Hold on, y'all, but it gets interesting. So here's where she proves that she can't sign into her Navy Federal account because he marked the charge as fraud. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I did not know that you can do that with Zelle and all the rest of these things. I guess it's a different type of fraud claim when you do something like that. But clearly, I don't know if we have a banker or somebody who works in that field in the chat. But clearly, you can see that it says we're unable to complete your request. Please contact us or visit your nearest branch to discuss your account. All right. And so here she says the devil is busy. Y'all give the devil too much. The devil ain't did none of this. The devil ain't did none of this. You did. You and that man did. The devil is so busy. Imagine having a great B-Day celebration out of the country. On the way to the airport, you go do a transfer to checking account, and you are routed being told that your account is closed due to fraud with access to none of your money, $0 in your pocket. I want to cry so bad, but I'm still going to give God the praise because I could have been here on a one-way ticket. Girl, leave God and the devil out of it. I had such an amazing time. Something had to go wrong. This too shall pass. But Mike, I got you. I promise I'm going to show you a true cancer. Boom. Cherry, you're not right and he ain't right in this situation. Y'all keep on playing these dangerous games, bro. We're literally sitting up here talking about how people in the trans community end up unalived. This is one of the things, and not that I'm saying that this is for everything. I'm not saying that at all. But girl, this is the most common thing that you can do other than exposing a DL man. This is the most common thing that you could do that really could get you in a whole lot of trouble. And when I say trouble, I'm not saying legal trouble. I'm talking about trouble meaning other things. You can't play these games, girl. You cannot play these games. You did not communicate with that man. If we're going to call a spade, right? You did not communicate with that man in no type of way for him to feel secure in the money that he did send. Let's just be for real. And the money that he did send, he doesn't feel like it was secure, which is why he told you that he was going to report it as fraud. Now, Mike, let me get on your ass. You are a DL man, and DL man, you should be much more smarter than getting yourself in a situation like this. I don't care. You're wrong too. You're wrong to be sleeping on your wife. You're wrong to be doing these things. You wrong. You wrong. You're wrong. And for people who saying that, folks who disagree with Cherry is saying, oh, you agree with the DL narrative. No, I don't agree with no DL narrative. You need to be out, honey. You fooling with me? You need to be out. You need to be out. Them DL days, I'm done with that. I've already did that, been there, done that. Now at this point, you just need to be living your life because I don't got time to be covering shit up. I don't have time to be covering stuff up. Cherry, you have a really big problem yourself. Like, you are the problem, man. You're seriously the problem. You're the problem. To be quite frank with you, this man don't owe you nothing else at all. And you telling people to tag Navy Federal, ma'am, do you realize what this man was doing and what you was getting? Do you realize what you're doing? While you're telling everybody to go tag Navy Federal Credit Union, do you not know that if this man reported this as fraud, and because it's such a large transaction, y'all do know that that the police can get involved, right? You do know that, right? If he fill out a police report, you're done with, ma'am. He might be too. But the thing of it is he did not get the goods that he paid for because you chose to go on your birthday trip. I mean, you're better than me because if it's about the coin, I'm gonna go see him first, and then I'm going on my birthday trip. And you gonna pay for my ticket if it costs more for me to get to my birthday trip from wherever you are. That's how you could have handled that situation. Or what's T? Like, I don't get it. No, we don't know Mike. We don't know Mike. We don't know Mike. And it could be a setup. It could very well be a setup. And even if it was a setup, though, I mean, we see them on FaceTime together. We see all of the things. She's wrong as two left shoes. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. She's wrong as two left shoes. The community, y'all better get it together. Y'all, I promise y'all won't be satisfied until you are, listen, no longer here to tell the story. I'll put it that way. So she plays this. Oh, wait.
Yes, ma'am. This is a note from today. We received notification from Fiserv, which is the handler of Zelle, that you had been reported as a confirmed recipient of a fraudulent transfer. Fiserv got that report. The transfer's date was on 7/14 for $500 from Michael Clark.
Oh, I didn't mean to put that whole man. Well, I didn't do it.
On 7/14, another $500 from Michael.
So you hear she's on the line with the bank, and I guess she's trying to prove something. Ma'am, there's nothing you can do to stop that. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is at this point. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. And to be very clear, Navy Federal is not going to open you up another account. You're out of there. But you were dumb for having it sent to your Navy Federal account to begin with. Anyway, moving on. Let's get into this next story, y'all. This last story, actually. And y'all, this last story is pretty devastating. I'm going to try to approach this in a way. I'm going to try to, y'all. I promise you. These are allegations. Oh, this is where it's coming from. These are allegations, and until, he has a trial and is proven convicted of these crimes, we'll go from there. But unfortunately, we gotta talk about it. All right, so there is a young man by the name of Joshua. Hold on. His name is Joshua Kaggler. I think it's how you say his name. Kaggler, Joshua Kaggler. Okay. So let's get into this. This is disgusting, first of all. And I think it's because I am an uncle. I'm an uncle, dad. I'm all of the things. And this really does piss me off. Okay. They will do a full investigation, and like you said, you'll never open up an account, and they will flag other credit unions within their family. See, I mean, I'm telling you, some stuff ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it. Am I out here trying to get flown out and using my main bank account? That's wild to me. That is wild to me. All right, so let's get into this, y'all. Again, this is a very disturbing and disgusting story. Um, but we got to get into it. Okay. That's not the one I want. I need the one with all of the details. Hold on, y'all. Mm-mm. God dog it, because what I saw, I think this is it. Yep, this is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, let's get into it. First of all, this young man that you guys see down here, there's his mugshot down at the bottom near the coffee cup. Um, so he is a New Orleans resident. He is a gospel, an award-winning artist. He is a choir teacher, and he also sings with Ricky Dillard. Okay, he also sings with Ricky Dillard. So let's get into this. And I want to be very clear. Ricky Dillard has absolutely nothing to do with this. I think people are making reference to that because a lot of people know people who sing with Ricky Dillard, because it's just to us, Ricky Dillard is a national recording artist, but to the choir members, it's like a community choir. It's just like a community choir. So I just want to make that very clear. There are different regions of New G. I think you got Atlanta region. I think you got the DMV region. I think you got Chicago. I think you got I don't know if they have a Texas region. I think they used to have a Texas region. I don't know. But anyway, he used to sing with them. All right, so let's get into it. New Orleans, a local award-winning gospel artist and Warren High School choir teacher, is facing multiple felony charges related to actual exploitation of minors. The New Orleans police took Josh Kaggler, 38, into custody on Tuesday morning and booked him into the Orleans Justice Center on 5 counts of trafficking of children for sexual purposes, 5 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles, and 1 count of third-degree R-word, and 1 count of actual battery. According to Kaggler's arrest affidavit, the charges stem from a complaint by the mother of a 16-year-old boy about concerning text messages on her son's cell phone. She described the messages from an adult man as sexual in nature. The report also stated that the boy told investigators that he had been approached by a teacher from Warren Charter High School. The teacher was later identified as Kaggler. However you say his name. The boy stated that Kaggler invited him into his home to smoke marijuana. According to the affidavit, Kaggler began paying the boy for sexual activities. Investigators said that the 16-year-old objected when things escalated from Kaggler's observing him to Kaggler's making physical contact. The boy reported that all incidents occurred at his home and that Kaggler either personally picked him up and dropped him off or arranged for a ride share service to transport him. Y'all too quiet for me already. Y'all too quiet for me already. We're talking about a grown ass man. I'm in rare form today. We're talking about a grown ass, ugly ass man. See, you done piss me off, Josh. Who is making actual advances and inviting a 16-year-old in his presence. What the is wrong with y'all? There is plenty of grown dingaling and grown puss out here, and you don't have no reason, none whatsoever, to be going over there and doing anything to children. What is wrong with y'all? And this is why I say every time your child walks out of that house or they is no longer in your presence, you have to plead the blood of Jesus over your children. That ain't just a saying. That's something that you should be doing. Y'all too quiet for me. A whole 16-year-old? We going and picking the 16-year-old up from his house? We dropping them back off? Or we're calling an Uber or a Lyft? Girl, ooh. He also told investigators that Kaggler paid him in cash or through Cash App. So he's actually giving the boy cash money, y'all. Police said that Kaggler groomed the boy to perform actual acts and use money as bait. Kaggler was listed on the Warren Easton website as a choir instructor. In a statement, the school confirmed that Kaggler was previously employed at Warren Easton during the 2024-2025 school year. This individual is no longer employed at the school. While we are unable to share specific details due to privacy laws and active nature of the investigation, we can confirm that we are fully cooperating with the New Orleans Police Department. The safety and well-being of our students is and always has been our top priority. He previously taught at 2 other New Orleans area schools, including George Washington Carver and another school, 35. A spokesperson for the New Orleans public schools also stressed student safety. To that end, NOLA Public Schools have been in contact with Joshua, most recent employer, Warren Easton. The school is fully cooperating with law enforcement and investigators. Kaggler is a well-known performer at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival with his Praise Crusade. He contributed to the Grammy Award-winning Best Roots Gospel album, Church. According to the police, the investigation is active and ongoing, and no further information is available at this time. The New Orleans Police Department urges any other potential victims to come forward, and believe me, they are. We understand that this may be difficult, but your safety and privacy are our top priority. You are not alone. Here's his 12 charges. 5 counts of trafficking. If they got him for 5 counts of trafficking, y'all, that means they got the receipts. That means they have the receipts. That means they have the receipts. If they gave him 5 counts of trafficking, they have receipts. He better hope he don't get no RICO, bro. 5 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles. 1 count of 3rd-degree R word and 1 count of actual battery. He is facing 12 counts. 12 counts and I guess 4 different charges. I am completely disgusted by this. I really am. I'm so disgusted by this. The fact that we are little girls and little boys is what some people really get a hard on for. What the I truly feel like I don't have words. I really don't. I don't have words. This is some sick shit. If any of this is true, which they clearly have receipts. Otherwise, they wouldn't charge him if they didn't have any type of evidence, no nothing. Like I sincerely have no words. An entire 16-year-old You've been grooming an entire 16-year-old, paying. Not only have you been paying to have sexual behavior with him, but you've also been paying him, I guess what, to keep quiet. Then not only that, you've been paying for him for ride services, ride sharing services for him to get to and fro home. You are a sick, disgusting human being. And there is a special place for son of a bitches like you. It's a special place in hell for y'all to burn and rot. There's never anything in my heart that forgives anyone who beats up on children, who abuses children, or who sexually abuses children. I don't have nothing nice to say to you, and I hope you burn in hell. You taking away a child's innocence to feel your fetish. You take away a child's innocence. And at 16 years old, you're really just discovering your teenage years. You're discovering probably being a bad boy, bad girl. You know what I'm saying? Like those are your years for you to start experiencing certain things. But for you to take that from this 16-year-old, and let's be clear, it's a 16-year-old boy. But let's also have the additional conversation. The additional conversation would be that I'm quite sure that the same thing happened to Josh and it went unnoticed. So that's another conversation that we should be having. I'm pretty sure something similar has happened to Josh, and he has gone through his whole adulthood without addressing it, without going to therapy, without seriously addressing those issues. And so you feel like because those things happen to you, you feel like you can do them to somebody else. That doesn't give an excuse. Doesn't give an excuse at all. But I do want to point out that could definitely very well be one of the reasons that you thought that this shit was okay. Maybe somebody did it to you. Again, that doesn't negate or take away what he did. But if we're going to have a real conversation, let's be realistic about the facts. And it could have very well happened to him. A sick, disgusting human being, though. Like, there's a special place for you, sir. You can sing all of the riffs and runs and the things that you want. You can direct as many choirs as you want to direct. But there's still a sick part of you. Y'all, I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize parents, we've got to start having these conversations with our children. We got to start having these uncomfortable ass conversations with our children to know what's going on. You can't just pray a hedge of protection and not speak to your kids about what's really going on in this world. You cannot. You cannot. Y'all, you cannot. You gotta have conversations with your kids. And as uncomfortable as they are, as uncomfortable as the conversations can be, have the conversations with your children. We got to. Clearly, this went on, and the 16-year-old wasn't comfortable enough to tell anybody else that he felt like could do something about the situation. You gotta start having some sort of, and I ain't telling nobody how to parent, but you gotta have some type of open, in other words, open door policy for your children for them to be able to come in and let you know exactly what's going on. Yeah, we got to do better, bro. We really do. I remember him bringing his tight suit wearing tail to my church years ago with a group of ladies. Mother, stop trusting these monsters disguised as mentors and talk to your children. And there's one guy talking about you can't believe everything on social media like that. Well, here's what I have to say to people like that. This shit ain't on social. It is on social media, but we reading this directly from the damn news, and they got their information from straight from the courthouse. There are straight clips about this. He got an entire mugshot, and you want to tell us what not to believe? But if y'all don't get off of this internet plan, yeah, whatever you, if you're a grandmother and you're raising your daughter's kids, your son kids, or whatever, have conversations. They're gonna be uncomfortable, and you may have to explain more than what you want to explain. But y'all gotta open up and start having these conversations. And let me tell you this, parents, because I didn't really have this growing up, and this is just me being honest. Love my mom down. But I didn't have, me and my mom were best friends, but I felt like there were certain things that I couldn't talk to my mom about. And not really having my stepfather in the house like that, he went on to entertain another relationship with a woman who had the same name as my mom. So when I did feel comfortable talking, it was almost, and when I say too late, meaning that it had gone on for so long that it kind of felt like, oh, if I say something now, why? You know what I mean? Like, so again, y'all, we have to have that open door for our children to come talk to us. And then we have to have that door for us to talk to our children. Because truth be told, we don't know what goes on at these schools. We don't know. We're not there 24. We're not there all the time. Well, I ain't gonna say 24/7 because the school ain't the kids ain't there 24/7. But we seriously do not know what goes on at these schools. So you honestly have to pray. You could be involved, and I do say this, and I say this because I'm doing it. But it is a must, especially this upcoming school year, y'all. It is a must that you know every last one of your children's teachers. It is a must. You need to set aside some time to go up to the school and meet your child's teachers. Did y'all hear what I said? You need to know who is in that office. You need to know who the secretary is. You need to know who the principal is. You need to know who the vice principal is. You need to know these things. Do I got a witness in the chat? Y'all, I don't know. I'm finna go because y'all too quiet for me today. Do I got a witness in the chat? Go up to that school, set aside some time, tell your boss, listen, I have to go up here to this school and meet these teachers. But y'all should know every last one of your teachers. You should know the administrators. You should know everybody in that office. And they should know that you are the one that if something go down, I know who to call. Y'all, we got to do better with that. This just dropping kids off at school, this and not knowing who's teaching them, who's doing what. I don't really know your teacher, but I heard from your teacher today. That is not okay. That is not okay. I just heard from the teacher today. No. Go up to that school. Have conversations with that. So and then it also, you never know. It may make the teacher also feel good too, because I know from people who work in the education field, who are teachers, and they say it all the time, that how they would love to meet parents and how they would love to do this. Y'all can't do it. We can't do it. Can't do that. You must. And also, I don't believe in, and I'm gonna say this too, this probably gonna ruffle some feathers. I do not believe in allowing children to go to a church that they do not run background checks on anybody that is leading the youth. Yeah, you heard it. You heard me. You heard me. You heard me. I don't believe. Let me tell you something. If my brother church didn't do background checks on people, you think nephew would be going there? Let me just ask y'all that question. Do you think if they didn't do background checks on these people, that nephew would be in attendance? No, wouldn't be. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. I don't know these people like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. They are very strict and very stern on their background checks. Absolutely. And I know this to be factual because I've seen things with my own eyes. So when y'all go down there to that school, and this is a perfect time, school getting ready to start again, meet your teacher. We couldn't do that sleepover stuff. We couldn't do sleepovers. Girl, we barely could spend a night at our own auntie and cousin house. My mama was straight old school. That's spending the night. You know, my cousin would be like, Dom want to know if he could come spend the night. Girl, that's not how you supposed to say it because she gonna say no. But we wasn't allowed to do that. We were not allowed to really be in the presence of, because we don't know. And so my mom wouldn't allow that. I think it was up until I got in high school that I was able to go over my cousin's house and stay the night and stuff like that. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do none of that. They didn't believe in that spending the night. And a lot of times when you go ask, baby, that stop you mid-sentence. No. No. My mom was very old school. She didn't play those games as far as the spend the night and doing this and doing that. And I remember one time, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all. One time my very first job was Chick-fil-A. And I used to work with this guy. He was over the youth department down to his church or whatever. I would visit his church. They was white Pentecostal. They was white Pentecostal. And I remember one time he wanted me to go to this camp. And my mom was like, hell no. Do you think I'm finna to let you go 4 to 5 hours away from me to a camp with some people you don't know? Hell no. The only way that I could go on a church trip is if my auntie or my uncle or somebody was chauffeuring, or what do you do? It ain't called chauffeur. What is it called? When they assist? That's the only way. Like a couple times I had been to AIM without my mom, but it was only because somebody in my family was going too. Like, and that's the only way that my mom trusted it. She was just like, you know, and again, this is like going to AIM or going to any type of convention or camp or something like that. I actually only been to one church camp. And that's because my uncle and my auntie was working for the church camp. Chaperone. There we go. Thank y'all. Chaperone. My mom always say I cannot control what goes on in someone else's house. And that's what I tell my girls. Yeah, and that's why I say you never know what's going on in anybody. You just don't know what's going on. So my mom she just didn't play them games. She just did not play them games. King John said, very rarely did my parents allow me to go over friends' houses. And when they did, they had to meet the parents beforehand. Exactly. Had to meet the parents beforehand. Because we just not playing this game. I just don't know what you got and what you dealing with around there. I just don't know. And so I think back then, of course, when you're younger, you didn't understand why, and you be like, mama, why would you do this? But then when you grow up and you realize out of all of the things that you hear that happen in this world, you be like, I'm grateful. I'm really truly grateful that my mom did. At least let me say it for myself. At least me being an adult, I am so grateful for my mom being strict and being that type of mom, because it has shaped me up into who I am today. I think a lot of times we really didn't understand it back then. We did not understand it. And now that you're older, you understand. You understand, and then when you have kids, you really understand. You really understand. We could only stay at relatives' house only. See, I know that y'all was doing good, because we couldn't even do that, really. I promise y'all. Even like if it was my cousin or something like that, my mom would just be like, I don't know about, because again, you don't know how, although that may be your sister, right? You don't really know how she running her house, or you don't really know who she with or who she dating or what she got going on. So my mom, she just didn't play that. She didn't play that. She used to always tell me, like, if you want them to come over here, I don't have a problem with that. But as far as you going over there, I can't let you do that. What's up, Omar? I can't let you do that. And y'all, one thing you can't ever also forget too is that spirits linger. Spirits linger. Some people's spirits linger. And child, exactly. My mom was letting us stay out nowhere, family or not. Yeah, we just couldn't do it. No spending the night for my kids. Either my house was the one that had all the kids. Yep. No sleepover for me and my sisters. We couldn't do ish. And I'm grateful for that though, Terry. Like with me getting older, I'm grateful for that, because I feel like a lot of stuff could have happened, you know? So, oh, okay, I Natty, y'all all lived around each other. Okay, I get it. I get it. I live next door to I live next door. We used to live next door to my grandparents. I used to have to beg to go over there. And then at one point in my life, I stopped begging to go over there, and I just used to go over. They literally are next door. But I know if my mom was mad at me, I know I'd go over there and tell my grandmama, and my grandmama gonna get her together. Yeah, I miss them days. I miss them days. Baby, let me tell you something. I'll go over there and go to snitching. I'll go over there and go to snitching on my mama. I'll be like, grandmama, because that's literally what we call our grandma. We call her grandmama. I'll be like, grandmama, your daughter over there tripping today. She got mad at me because of blah, 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 blah. And then my grandma would be like, go down there in the den. Go down there, your granddaddy down there. Now, my granddaddy was a mean man. I would say my granddaddy and my grandma, well, my grandmama closer to her passing, of course, she became meaner. My granddaddy was a mean man. Oh, he could be mean. But y'all, what's crazy is I was definitely my grandparents' favorite was they didn't even really rock with my brother like that either. They really rock with my brother like that. But me, anything I wanted, I go right on over there and go get it. And then I had a great aunt, which was my grandmother's sister, and her name was Shirley. And she lived down the street in these senior citizen apartment complex. So when my grandma was at home, I walk down the street and go to my auntie house. I go to my auntie house, honey, child. But wherever I was, they would call my mom and tell my mom I was there. You know, so I just I don't know. I don't know, man. I just know I'm grateful for the upbringing, at least now. I'm super grateful for the upbringing because it shaped me into who I am. You know, so my granddaughter spent the night with my daughter-in-law's niece. Never again. She didn't tell her parents what happened, but she told me and I told them nothing happened to her, but there was fighting. Oh my God, Bama girl. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying right now. See, you never know what really be going on with these people. We cousins are more like siblings. Yeah, that's true. I will say that, especially for our generation. Well, I'm saying that like I'm in our next generation, but I'll say even for our generation, it's like that. Like our cousins are like our siblings. Like my cousin Tabby, my cousin Stacy. I got a cousin, my cousin Bill, Jack, Reggie. All of us are like siblings. Like we know we cousins, but it's almost like dang, we siblings. Like that's just how we kind of grew up. We all went to the same church. We all went to the same school. We all went to the same this. We all did this. And so, growing up in a small town also too, it limits a lot of things. That's why I refuse to date in my hometown. I be telling my sister too, you better get out of town from dating around there because you'll be dating your cousin and won't even know it. Girl, because I swear every time somebody died, we found out somebody new in our family. We found somebody new in the family. I never will forget when I met one of my cousins. We were best friends in elementary school. And I remember they moved don't name your cousins on this app. Child, what they gonna do? How they gonna go find them? They don't know their last name. They don't know how to they don't know none of them people. Good luck, people. Good luck. They don't know them people for real, for real. I gave generic names for a reason. I gave generic names for a reason. My daddy, mama lived with us until I moved out at 17. People never wanted to come over once my mama and granny got into it. My granny was like, that may be your son, but I raised it. Oh, Granny chose violence, ain't it? I can't stand my cousins on my dad's side though. They're a bunch of thugs. I always wanted to fight somebody. Oh, I'm being funny. I do. Oh, I think I was throwing bows and fighting and stuff like that. Child. Now I do have a couple cousins I know I could call about if I need them to come handle something. I know who to call. I know who to call. I think we all got a few family members like that don't mind going to the pen behind you. Okay. What's up, IPV? Listen, I'm telling you. I think we all got a few cousins and stuff that don't mind going to the penitentiary for you, okay? You need to make a phone call Pookie and Willie and tell them to come on over here because these people playing with me. Baby, I'm telling y'all, I think we all got somebody in our phone right now that we can call. Girl, I said one day, and this probably ain't gonna be no good because she probably listening in the bushes. I said one day I was gonna call and prank my sister. See how quick she move. See how quick she move. Hey, Butterfly, what's up? Time Out Sports Podcast. Good morning, my chat. Thanks for the membership again. Oh, you're welcome. I think that was Terry that bought you the membership for sure. My cousin didn't like us. My cousins didn't like us. It was always competitive. Really? You know what? I will say that on my dad's side. Yeah, on my dad's side. Because I didn't learn a lot of my family until. Oh, that's what I was telling y'all. So I had went to school with this girl. We went to elementary school. We were really good friends in elementary. And it's so crazy. Did y'all ever used to play this game when you was in elementary school that you used to call people your cousin? You knew good and well they weren't your cousin, but you would call people your cousin because y'all was really that close. Was that just me? Or did y'all do that? Did y'all do that in school? Kind of call people your fake cousins because y'all was just that close? And I remember that we did that all the time. I swear we did that. Like we really know each other. Like we really cousins, girl. We just know each other. But what's crazy is we used to walk around the school talking about we cousins, right? Until we found out we was really cousins for real, for real. Her, my granddad and her granddad were brothers. And the crazy part about it is, and I mean full complete brothers. Crazy thing about it is we went to the funeral. We went to her, so her granddad passed away, and we went to his funeral. And I kept saying, "What you doing here? What you doing here?" And she was like, "This is my papa. This is my papa." And so I'm like, "Wait, what? Yo, pop, wait a minute. We are actually real cousins, and we used to play in school all the time, calling ourselves cousins, and we actually ended up being real cousins. That is crazy, man. So crazy to me. You still do it today?" Yeah, we all got us a few play cousins, honey. My mother's maiden name was Peacock, and when we were children, they would say, "Don't mess with them peacocks, because they'll come out like roaches." Period. Period. They knew not to play with us either, too. Really, to be honest, us and there's another last name in town they knew not to play with. They knew not to play with them Jacksons, and they knew not to play with them doggone McMarions. Ha! They knew not to play with the Jacksons, and they knew not to play with the McMarions. Oh yes, you knew not to play with that family because that family was coming. That family was coming. Everybody was coming. Everybody, the auntie, the grandmama, the cousins, the brothers, the sisters. Everybody coming. I know I had real cousins at school. Oh, okay, come on. Went to school with your real cousins. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay, girl, what is this? Okay, listen, y'all. We do have 77 people up in here. It's time for us to take up an offering. 79. It's time for us to take up an offering. It is 8:22. Can we do $8.22? If you can't do $8.22, as close as you can get to it. We do have 77 people in here. If we could go ahead and run our offering plate. Okay. I think we done some good talking today. Have we not done some good talking today? I think today's live has been good, but I do think y'all, I do think I'm put this on members only because I was crunk up in this video today. I was crunk. I woke up in rare form this morning. Okay, let's see. I'm not gonna put my last name out. Oh, please don't. But in Portland, Oregon, my dad's family was infamous for keeping up mess. People wanted to fight me because of my last name. Ray 8405. If I tell you something, this is crazy, right? So my granddad's family is from Portland, Oregon. Like that's originally where we came from. Like, and he had 17 siblings. I think it was 17. It was either 17 or 18 of them. And that's where they came from. It's only one left. It's only one of them left. Only one of them left. And no, it's two of them left. Aunt Maggie is left. Aunt Maggie is 100 years old. And Uncle Raymond is still living, and he is, I want to say 97. Something like that. But yeah, that's where my grandfather's side of the family came from. Yup. That is exactly. And what's also crazy too. Well, I haven't been there in years. We haven't been since one of our uncle's funeral, and that was in 2000 and it wasn't 2020. I think it was 2018. Was the last time we went to there. The Jackson 5 was my play cousin because of the maiden name. Them clear ones didn't know. That is funny. Thank you, baby, for your catch app. I'm gonna just say your initials. EB, thank you so much for your catch app, baby. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Baby great grandmama and grandpa wasn't playing. Oh man. My grandmother came from a big side of the family. There was 20 of them. 20 of them. It was literally 9 boys and 11 girls. And then my grandfather's side, it was either 17 or 18. Um I think it was 17. I think it was 17 of them. And I don't really remember how many girls, how many boys. I just know it's one girl left and one boy left. And my auntie, again, she's 100. She just turned 100 in February. And then one of my uncles, he's 97, man. 97. And I will say my grandfather's side of the family, all of them have lived a long life. Like, that's no shade. They have all lived a long life. But y'all think about it. My grandfather was unalived. Or else, of course he would still be here. He's unalived by a drunk driver. Um, or else I think he would have lived a long life too. And then my grandmother died on her 100 and she died the day after her 101st birthday. So is it 101st? Yeah. She died the day after her 101st birthday. So, yep. Listen, my family, we try to keep it tight knit and stuff like that. But one thing I can truly say is that my grandfather's side of the family, they lived a beautiful life. My cousins can't stand me on my mama's side. They all get together, have cousin day parties, and don't call me. They be right round the corner from me. My great grandmama had 25 kids, one set of twins. Oh wow, Omar! Dang, Omar! Omar come from a big family too. And this is what's crazy, y'all. Like, and I hate to hear that, Omar, because well, I say this all the time. My mom's side of the family is iffy. They're iffy. My dad's side of the family, girl, I don't care. Baby, I could go call my cousin Nay right now. Nay, you want to go? What you want to do? Girl, let me put my shoes on. I got a couple of cousins like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother, and this is why I always tell people on this internet, y'all better leave me alone, because I do have a brother and I do have a cousin that do not mind going around there to the penitentiary. I'm telling y'all. So you might want to play with somebody who you think you know, okay? And stop playing with these over here, because they don't play games. I'm just letting y'all know. I got a brother. If I call right now, baby, Chef, you should document some of the conversations with your aunt and uncle. You'll understand why I say that later. Yeah, I mean, I definitely could, because again, I would actually love to go see them too. I really would. I would love to go see them too, because all of the, like, where they live, all of that stuff is historic in Portland, Oregon. Y'all, if I really went down the rabbit hole of my family, they really did come from like a I ain't gonna say they had money like that, but they had some things. So yeah, you're right, Aunt Natty. I would love to go see her and talk to her, because she still talks. She still talk on the phone. I could record a phone call. She still talk on the phone. I haven't talked to her at least in the last like 2 months, and that just make me. I'm probably gonna get off her and go call her. Well, I ain't gonna call her this early, because it's 6:29 over there. But I'll call at some point today, now that you done said that. And it's crazy because she's very coherent. She still talk on the phone. She still get up, move around. She ain't on nothing. She do everything she's supposed to do. And then my uncle on the other hand, he's blind. But other than that, he's good. You know what I mean? Let's see. It was 12 of us, and there's 3 left. My mother was the oldest of 5, and my father was an only child. Oh wow. I love this, y'all. Um, oh wow, oh my grandfather, my dad had 20 plus kids. Woo, child. Now my dad, Papa, my pops was a Rolling Stone too. I'm one of several in the teens of siblings. It's ancestry.com up in here today. Okay. Listen. No, I like conversations like this because I feel like we all are learning. And so I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Alabama girl, for your offering. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Um, my great granny only had one husband, so 25 kids with one man. My family tree is wild, had no slaves. Um, we did have some slaves, but my grandfather and my grandmother was together too. There's no stepchildren, there's no outside children that we know of, child. There's no there's no half children, there's no nothing. There all of the siblings that I told y'all about, they are all they all belong to my grandfather and grandmother too. Mhm. My brother-in-law grandmother lived to be well in her hundreds. She remembered being a slave as a small girl. She passed away during most of first like jumping from an airplane. Oh, I love hearing this, y'all. I have 11 aunts and uncles, and they each have between 3 to 4 children. But I have one uncle with 12. Oh, Jesus! Why am I saying that like that's still just a lie? I don't know. I feel like more than 2 is a lie. Nowadays, people have 25 kids with 26 baby daddies. not more baby daddies than kids. But you ain't lying. You are not lying. You are not lying. And I always wonder where did that originate from? Because most older people, now I'm not gonna say all, because I do know that there are some people who have stepped out, and back in the day, they used to sweep that type of stuff under the rug and kind of go on about their business. But there were a lot of black families that were well put together. And when I say well put together, I mean, mom and daddy in the house, uh, aunts and uncles, and everybody grew up tight, and you know what I mean? But I think now it's so crazy. It's crazy how matriarchs of your family can die, and how it can really shift how your family views certain things. You know what I mean? Like, we were such a tight knit family until we lost my grandmother. When we lost my grandmother, it was like all hell just broke loose. Like, I knew she was the glue to this family. She was definitely the glue to this family because she held it together. But my grandmother had been through a lot. She had been through a lot. She had definitely been through a lot. So I don't know. I appreciate this conversation though, y'all. Some kids got more than one daddy because they mama can't. Not because they mama can't count. Their mama can't count. My mama is one of 14. I'm the youngest of 7. I have so many real cousins. Yeah, I see you, Miss Janetta. Honey, I'm telling you. Thank you, K Calloway, for your catch up, baby. I appreciate it. I'm telling y'all. Listen, come on, we're over here talking about family trees and stuff. I'm here for it. We had to end with something like, y'all, because baby, child, today's docket was crazy, wasn't it? My great granny said the first set of kids helped raise another set of kids, and they stayed in a 2-bedroom house. All of them kids. That's crazy. Yeah, it happened like that, Omar. It happens like that, but that is true though. The generation the first set of kids, keeping an eye. Mm, mm. Baby. I don't know. I think about it and I'll be like, what if what if what if what if first of all, I'm not trying to imagine my grandma and my granddaddy doing nothing like that, but just imagine if you put if you birth somebody with 25 kids and if you get her pregnant 25 times, child, let's just imagine if Papa was a Rolling Stone and was out here really doing the doggone thing, child. He had about 45 kids. He had about 45 kids out here. Jesus. My mother lived to 100 and her grandmother and my great grandmother was never a slave. I remember when she would tell us, baby, I was never a slave. I was born free. She was proud of that. Yeah. My grandmother unfortunately was well, my great grandmother was a slave, and I do hear those stories, and they do some of them stories. I mean, they would have your jaw drop. Like some of the things that I have heard that they have gone through, witnessed. It's crazy, man. Um, Y'all know what y'all about to make me go do too? Y'all really about to make me go pull my grandmama's photo album out and go look at it. Because I'm telling y'all, it was just, I sit back and there are times where I'll go look at certain things to help remind me of my grandmother or to help remind me of somebody in my family. And I'll go look at certain things. But I think today I'm gonna have to pull that photo book out. There was a photo book that we gave her because remember I told y'all she passed away the day after her 101st birthday. By the way, when my grandmother was in the hospital during her birthday, y'all, that was the first time ever in history that my grandmother had been to a hospital. She didn't have any of her kids in no hospital. She had never been to the hospital to be none of that. My grandmother didn't even go to the doctor, y'all. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? My grandmother had never been to the doctor, had never done it. I'm just telling y'all the truth. The lady had never been in the hospital. She had never been to the doctor. No, nothing. Of course, she had doctors around her, but she never any of that. So when and the nurses and doctors, when she got admitted before she passed away, the nurses and the doctors kept saying, y'all, this lady was a miracle. Like the hospital really honored her. They honored her real big when she passed away. Because again, she had never been sick. She had never been in the hospital. And my grandmother definitely believed in home remedies. She believed in curing everything other than prayer. She knew how to make sure things would go. She had never been to the hospital. It was so crazy. Them nurses and doctors coming there talking about, we see her chart and her file, and are y'all sure Miss Pearl has never been to the hospital? My auntie said with glee, she's never been to the hospital. She's never been admitted. She's never been to the doctor. She's never been to any of those things. And y'all, the Lord really took care of my grandmama. He really did. My great granny was a midwife. Ooh, come on, midwife. Thank you, Raymel, for your super chat. I appreciate it. Blah, 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 blah. Super chat, super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you. She had her babies at home. Love that. She did. She had every last one of her children at home. Every last one of her children at home. And man, I gotta call my auntie today. I gotta check on my uncle today. And then I'm gonna look at this photo book. Man, y'all really took me down this road today. I'm not mad though. I'm not mad. I think I needed it. I believe we need to get back to those remedies. I think some medicines are making us sick or keeping us sick. I do believe that, Bama Girl. I truly, honestly believe that some of these medications are designed to make us sicker. They don't really help with the things that they say they help with. So I agree. I do think home remedies should come back. I do. I sincerely do. I'm with you on that. I wonder if you guys be midwives, would they be called mid, if guys were midwives, if they be called mid husbands? LOL. Interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. The only time my great grandmother went to the hospital, she was 98. She fell and broke her leg with working in the garden. See, I'm telling you, y'all know. And my grandmother didn't believe in like the hospitals and going and doing all that stuff. She'd be like, "I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna pray about it and do some home remedies, and I'm gonna be all right." And sure enough, she was. And I never will forget, y'all. Ain't nobody, and even as an adult, I couldn't nobody make no sick tea like my granny did. So when we would get sick, and my mom, she worked for the bank. My dad, he worked for a construction company. So uh I would have to go over my grandmother's house early in the morning, and then my aunt would take me to school. And um it like, one thing she gonna do, she gonna make sure you eat good. She gonna make sure all of the, man, I miss that lady. I miss that lady. She gonna make sure you eat good before you go to school. She gonna make sure of all of that. But when you would get sick and come over there, she used to make this bomb tea, y'all. And to this day, I don't know what that lady did to that tea. I don't know what that lady did to that tea. But that was the best tea. And I can almost taste it right now. Like, it had a very unique taste to it. It was different, but it always made you feel better after that. I don't know what that lady would put in that tea. But I one thing I do know, she put honey at the end of it. But what the tea was made of, y'all, I will never know to this day, because my aunt, she keeping all my grandmother's stuff. But it was a special tea. And my cousins, if I call my cousin right now and tell you miss grandmama tea, she gonna be like, dang, man, that tea was like none other. And again, I don't know what she put in that tea. My dad passed at 86. Mm, but never out and mm. I wasn't with cooking rabbits all day. Listen, my grandmother then was like that too. My grandmother then was like that too. We never heard of eating out until hell we got older. Even on Sundays, baby, we weren't going to no restaurants. We was not going to no restaurants, and we was going right over to grandma's house, because grandma then cooked up everything in the kitchen and still went to church. She went to church and still cooked up everything, that by the time you got out of church, you had you a meal. Did I still to this day don't know how grandmama did that. Well, I do know she woke up early, cooking on Sunday mornings. She would cook, slay in the kitchen, honey, and then she go on about her business, gone to church, read the announcements down to the church. She was on the pastor's aid committee, doing all these things down to the church. But as soon as church over, we know we going over grandmama's house to eat. We didn't do that eating out stuff. We did not do that. That stuff did not start happening until we start going to, like, I don't know, shoot. I don't even remember when that started happening. But we would always go over my grandmama's house to eat. We didn't go over my grandmama's house to eat, or we would go over to this lady's house. Her name was Miss Carolyn. Miss Carolyn wasn't a part of our family, but she most definitely used to take care of all of us. Speaking of Miss Carolyn, I just seen her on Facebook. Child, what is she doing with a Facebook? Cause she up there in age. She got a Facebook, y'all. They have them for sure now. See, I didn't know that. IPV, learn something new. King John said, "Oh man, I miss my dad's sick tea, which was tea, gin, and lemon." Man, I'm telling you, there's something about that tea that I just don't know to this day. Oh, I'm about to say this during talking about congratulations, you are now YouTube premium user. Girl, I thought that was something else. We used to cook on Saturday night. You didn't cook on Sundays. That was the Lord's Day and rest day. I do remember we didn't clean up and stuff on Sundays. We did all that on Saturdays. It's on Sundays, like you said, it was the Lord's Day. You didn't do no work, you didn't do no cleaning, you didn't do none of that. A hot toddy, yup. Sunday food is the best one on earth. Some people would never understand when we say soul food Sunday. They'll never get it. Some people would never get it. Do y'all remember that though? Like that was a time where you sat at the table, you just enjoyed everybody. Y'all laughed, y'all kiki. You did have some table etiquette when you sat at the table, because if you didn't have it, grandma was gonna get you together about your table etiquette. You couldn't be sitting up at the table just doing any and everything. But I miss them days. I miss pass me that plate of chicken, pass me them beans, pass me the. I miss that, man. I really miss that. Just like I miss old school church. Like all of those things that was instilled in us as young. I miss that, man. I really do. I miss after church. You know you going older. You gonna have about 3 desserts to choose from. You gonna have all this food to eat. Like I miss those times. I really miss those times. And unfortunately, it ain't no more. It used to be you got those times back when during holidays, but it's not like that no more. Folks don't come home for the holidays no more like they used to. People don't travel like they used to. Oh, today is Mel's birthday. I'm not Melody Sheree. I'm talking about a different Mel. My aunt. Oh, it's Keisha's birthday too. Oh, today my brother's birthday. How I forget about his ugly ass? I guess I'll call his ugly peanut head ass in a minute and tell him happy birthday. I can imagine coming up with 25 names. Child. 25 names. Yeah, that is crazy. I kept up with Sunday dinners until my sons moved out. I just had my granddaughter here for 2 weeks, and we had Sunday dinners while she was here. She loved it. Yay! Yay! I love that. My mom's side of the family were famous for pies and cobblers. Ooh, I could go for a good old peach cobbler, honey. I could go for a good old peach cobbler with a scoop of homemade vanilla ice cream. Could. Yeah. Oh, y'all saying happy birthday to my brother, which is crazy ass. I do need to call him, but it's early right now. He work overnight. I'll call him by noon. Yeah, so good old people. What's up, L Teddy? What's up? What's up? I gotta get back to work. I understand. Thank you for stopping through. Man, let me tell you, Omar, some and listen, you can miss me with all them extra peaches. Just give me the crust and the filling. Just that's really all I need. I don't really need them peaches. Don't. Just give me the crust, give me the filling, and give me a scoop of vanilla ice cream, and baby, there you go. I also do like blueberry cobbler. I do like blueberry cobbler. Do do if it's made right. Now you just gotta know what you're doing. And then my other favorite dessert that my grandmama used to make was a caramel cake. Man, that caramel cake. Oh, I ain't finna sit up and get emotional because it makes me miss my grandmama for real, man. It do. Blueberry and blackberry. Man, I'm telling you. We had a fully stocked buffet with white tablecloths, napkins, spoons, knives, forks. I used to love dinners with etiquette. Yeah, we used to know how to sit at the table. Girl, get all them elbows and stuff off of the table, honey. Just sit here and eat and ask the people to pass you the food. That's how we used to eat. We used to have a good time. And when we get done, we listen to music. My grandmother, my aunties, them, they were very churchy. They'll listen to ministers and preachers on TV and all kinds of stuff. I do miss it. Give me some good old banana pudding. Okay, so let me ask y'all. Do y'all like banana pudding? And if you do you like it with the bananas and stuff in it? Okay, so here's how I would eat a banana pudding. Just you could be feeding 45 people with a banana pudding. Just put one banana in. I don't really care for bananas, but I know you need them for your potassium and stuff like that. So if I eat banana pudding, I need to know that the pudding is homemade. I don't want no damn instant pudding. I don't, y'all. I'm sorry. If you if you make banana pudding and you use instant puddings, we are not cool. We're not cool. You just gonna have to take some extra time, and you're gonna have to get down there on your hands and knees and get. Thank you, Mocha Drop. I just see this on my phone. I got a notification. I didn't know what that notification was about, but clearly it was about this. Thank you, boo. I do not, man. Listen, let me tell you. If you want to offend me in any way, it's you using that damn box ass pudding. That's gonna piss me off. Okay, I don't want it. I do not want it. Stand your owner in the kitchen and get in there and make you some custard. Make you a pudding. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And then I do want you to use the old school. Oh, please do not add no. Please, little baby. One time, this lady was telling me how she made her banana pudding, and then she told me everything I need to know. Well, she said she started off with some cold milk and instant pudding. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I see. You can miss me with the bananas. My grandmother used to make a homemade custard with the cookies and stuff. And she used to put strawberries for me. It was good. Me and another one of my cousins eat that. But yeah, no, I don't want. I don't want a whole bunch of bananas in there. And then give me regular cookies, and then also mix some of them chessman cookies up in there. I can eat these chessman cookies straight by themselves. I'm guilty right now. There's a complete bag that I have completed eating them cookies sitting right here in the trash. Y'all, them cookies is to die for. Sad part about it is you can't find them in a lot of places because people be eating them all the time. I love them cookies, man. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate this conversation. I appreciate us lightening up the mood because there was a lot going on. I don't like instant anything, no frozen biscuits or rolls. Yeah, me either, Sweet Jane. Gotta get in the kitchen and whip it up. Now I will get some I ain't gonna lie, I will get a can of biscuits. It's easier to make your own biscuits, but I will get a can of well, I ain't gonna say it's easier. It's better to make your own biscuits. But I will get a can of biscuits if I'm in a hurry. And also too, I will get some croissants if I'm in a hurry. But for the most part, I do want everything homemade. Yep. I love ginger snaps. Me too. Me too. As a matter of fact, last year when I was on my way to DC, last year for the brunch, I ended up stopping at this place in the airport because I had a layover in. Where was my layover at? Charlotte, I believe. No, was my layover in Charlotte? No, my layover. Yeah, it was in Charlotte. It was in Charlotte. And honey, I seen they had some ginger snaps at this little place, baby. I grabbed them ginger snaps, and they was telling me, really me, anyway, they was telling me, they was like, do you know if these is real? So, baby, I don't care. I love any kind of company's ginger snaps. They hit. Who's the gospel singer that did that? He's down there at the bottom, of the screen. He used to. He's from New Orleans. He's a choir teacher. He's a teacher, and he sings with or he used to sing with Ricky Dillard. Um, it's hard finding a good ginger snap. I usually have to buy foreign made ginger snaps to get it right. I'm telling y'all, them that I had at that Charlotte airport was fire. They was fire, honey. I had to sit there for 3 hours anyway. Oh, it was fire. It was fire. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, 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 fire. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I got to get to work, y'all. But y'all have given me life this morning. I appreciate the shift in the conversation. Because, girl, we talked about something heavy on all angles, child. Charity Boom over here tripping, and it's a lot going on. All right, y'all. Now, Chef, tell me you use vanilla powder. Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's some in there. I don't like that. I don't really like. Yeah, I like that much better. I do like it much better. However, you haven't had ginger snaps in a while. I'm telling you, I can't remember that brand that I bought in Charlotte. I was tearing them things up though. But I know I was pissing them people off on that plane because I got on the plane with them. And baby, when I say I was eating down, they was upset. All right, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you to everyone who made a donation. Thank you to everyone who hit that like button. Please hit that like button on your way out. Share this with everybody. Well, I don't know if I want you to share it. But anyway, definitely hit that like button because I talk crazy up in this live today. But hit that like button. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Make sure you bang the notification bell. Patreon, tonight we will be live for episode 2 of Hooked Behind the Sound. Tonight is going to be a really good show. So hopefully you guys are ready for the show. Okay. All right, y'all. Much love. Have a great day. Have a cup of coffee for me. And don't let the people get to y'all, right? I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Peace. Be still. Peace. Peace. Be still. Peace. All right, for real. Oh, wait. Before y'all go, for those of you that are on Patreon, listen, I get it. I have lost a lot of patrons this week, I guess, because of the announcement that I made about Love Mayor Huntsville, which is okay. It's okay. I promise it's okay. What I'm going to do for a few people, I will be giving out some free memberships to Patreon. Actually, let me do that right now. If you've never had Patreon before, you can use this. Or if you've never been on my Patreon before, you can use this free coupon. If you have, unfortunately, you would have to pay. But it's only $3.75. Okay, so, and y'all have to know that I'm not putting any exclusive content. So when I see you guys canceling your free subscription, I don't even care. Because you got to be out of your mind to think that everything that I discuss or put over there is going to be free. Come on now. It's the purpose of having a paid subscription. So, give me 1 second so I can put it in the chat for y'all. Hold on. In 2 seconds, let me Patreon. Need to log in too. Okay, let's see. Promotions. Let's do gifts. Add new. How many people can claim this? We're going to do 5 people. What time is it? Okay. And I'm going to do this for the 26th. 9 a.m. All right, give me 1 second and I'm going to put this link in the chat. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, copy. YouTube. Okay, so again, if you've never been in my Patreon before, I want you guys to click this link. Now, it is first come, first serve. Y'all see that link down there? Do y'all see the link? Let me know if you can see it. And I'm real generous on this. I'm real generous on this. So anybody that clicks that link will get a free Patreon membership if you have not subscribed to my Patreon before. If you have and you want to take advantage, you have to sign out before you click the link. You have to sign out of Patreon. You have to create a new email, a new Patreon account, and then you can access this link. Let me put this in the comments. I have to put in the comments after I go live. Okay. Do y'all see this? There's 61 people in here and nobody said they could see it. If y'all can see it, I'm going to also put it in the comment section of this particular video so that y'all can see it, so y'all can enjoy our Wednesday shows. We have a couple of other things coming. I just dropped a recipe yesterday. I have another recipe that I am dropping tomorrow or Friday. So yeah. Okay, so it should tell you, well, 2 people have already got it. 2 people have gotten it. So 2 people have joined. 2 people have used it. So y'all go ahead. There's 3 more people that can take advantage of it as well. So I just want to give it to you, and you get two free months of access with it. Okay. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later, and I'll put this same link in the comments of this video. All right. Y'all have a good one, and I'll